Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? I hope that you all are doing well at your home. Today we'll start recapitulation of subject English for term 1. Now students, before I start it, I would like to inform you that all the chapters which will come in your term 1 exam, that all chapters PDF link I have joined in the description box. So open the description box, click on the link, you will get Unit 3 and Unit 6 PDF there. Even you will get the PDF of all the chapters of Grammar Get, which will come in your term 1 exam. So it might be easy for you to learn well for your exam. So students, start learning and do your preparation well for the exam. Now I'll move to the recapitulation for Unit 3. In Unit 3, Prose Gopal and the Hilsa Fish is a comic story and the shade poem. Now first we'll see the comic story of Gopal and the Hilsa Fish. Now students, as you know very well that in this lesson there is a main character is Gopal. Then whole story based on the fish Hilsa Fish. Then fishmongers, Gopal's wife, the king and the courtiers of the king's palace. These all characters involved in this story. Now let's see that what these all characters are doing in this story. Here I have given you short summary of this lesson. So it would be easy for you to learn this lesson, to understand this lesson, so you can easily write the answers of the questions in your own language. Now, as we know that in this story there was a season of Hilsa Fish. So each and everybody talking only about Hilsa Fish. Even the fishmongers, means the traders in fish who sell the fish, the householders at home, each and everybody just talking about the Hilsa Fish. Even in the king's palace, the courtiers also discussing about Hilsa Fish. So when the king listened that in my court also, in my palace also, everybody busy in talking about Hilsa Fish, so he became very angry. He lost his temper. But after he realized his mistake, there is a season for Hilsa Fish, so definitely everybody will talk about Hilsa Fish only. He accepts his mistake, that he become angry. After he decided to give challenge to Gopal, and he said to Gopal that bring fish the way to the palace that nobody can ask you a single word about the Hilsa Fish. Now students, look at, it's a big challenge for Gopal, because everywhere, each and every corner, people are talking about Hilsa Fish, and in this situation, Gopal, the king given challenge to Gopal that you have to bring Hilsa Fish the way that nobody can ask you a single word about Hilsa Fish. Now, it's really difficult, but now let's see how Gopal complete and accept his challenge. Gopal also, He's very clever. He accepted the challenge. Now, to fulfill, to complete this challenge, he started doing his work. And for this, what he has done? First, he shaved himself. He half shaven. Then covered himself with ash. And after, he started to moving from the home. And as you know that Gopal's wife said again and again not to go in such a way outside. But he just replied that I have to go because I want to buy Hilsa fish. But again and again, his wife denied to go in such a peculiar way. That time, he said to his wife that I will go like this only because I want to buy Hilsa fish. He didn't listen anything and he ready to go in such a way. When he buy the Hilsa fish, and after when he started to moving to the court, to the palace, children laughed on him. People watched this peculiar look of this person, and the children thinking that he's a meat person. But finally, he reached to the palace. Even the guards also didn't recognize him. He started dancing and singing loudly. So they also think that he's a meat person. But he requested them to meet the king. They didn't agree with this. But after, they say to king that the person wants to meet you. So king also allowed that, okay, bring him to me. That time he said that, my lord, I'm Gopal. And when he said I'm Gopal, everybody start laughing on him. Because they are thinking that the person is doing joke. The person is joking that he's a Gopal. So that time Gopal said that, my lord, might be you forgot your challenge you had given me. And in his hand there is a Hilsa fish, but nobody watching it. Everybody busy to watch his look, his comic look. And the king also understand that, yeah, I given the challenge to Gopal to bring a fish in such a way so nobody can speak a single word about the Hilsa fish. The king became very happy that finally this Gopal proved that he can do anything. And Gopal done the impossible thing very easily. So the king also congratulated him. So students, this is the story. This is a short summary of this lesson, Gopal and the Hilsa fish. You can check the videos of this lesson also, in which detailed explanation given. If you want to understand once again, you can check those videos also. Now let's move to the next poem. The Shade. Now the Shade is written by Frank Flynn. Yes, students, you have to learn the name of the author and poet also. So if in exam this type of question will come, that who wrote this poem, who wrote this lesson, so you can easily write the name of the poet and the author. Now the Shade, which is written by Frank Flynn. Now as we know that the shade means a small room, a small covered space for dumping goods, keeping cattle, vehicles, etc. which is very near, means you can say in the lower part of the garden. So here the poet Franklin in talking about the shade which is in her garden, which is located in her garden. Now, as we know that the poet is talking about the shade which is at the bottom of her garden. Now, from her room, this poet is watching constantly the shade. Franklin watching that the cobwebs over the door, the joints of the doors are rusty, and when the wind passing, that time some creaking sounds coming from it. So the narrator is very curious to open the door and see that what is stored in this shade. Now the poet firmly decided to watch inside. But sometimes the narrator is confused, the poet is confused. Here the poet and narrator both are same. So the poet is watching the old windows which is covered by dust. Even the glass pans which is cracked. And from this crack, this poet is thinking that someone is watching from this window. And that's why the poet decided that one time I'll open this shade and I will see that who is inside. Now might be the poet is talking these all things with her brother. So her brother said that the ghost is living inside, means that the brother just say that the ghost is there in the storeroom, so you will not able to go inside. Otherwise, what the ghost will do? The ghost will cut her head. And what will do? Actually, the ghost hides under the rotten floorboards. And he said that if she go inside, so what the ghost will done? The ghost will attack on her and cut her head. Now look at, after listening this much about the ghost, then also this poet decided that no, whatever is there, but I'll pick one day into the shade. Now look at students, in this poem, the poet is very brave. After listening about the ghost also, she has a dare to go inside and pick inside, look inside that what's there in the shade. After she said herself also only that might be my brother is speaking lie. Why? Because that he made this shade for hiding place for him. Actually, nobody is watching from inside and nobody making noise. Even when I open this, so definitely the spider also will go away from the web. And the poet mixed up her mind to walk into that shade, to go one day into the shade. But the poet also decided that not now, but I will go one day. So here in this poem, the shade, the poet is talking about the shade which is the bottom of her garden. So here the speaker, or you can say the poet, is both afraid also and curious also. But then also she's planning to look inside the shade one day. And we can say that sometimes she's using the word which describe the hesitation, which describe the fear also. But she has a doubt that whether her fears are true or not. But after, she doesn't care about it and she decided to walk to the shade and see the shade one time. So students, once again I say you that if you want brief information about it, brief explanation about it, so you can go through the previous video related the poem The Shade. And students, still if you have any doubts related these, you can ask in the comment box, and don't forget to check the link which is provided into description box. In this link I provided both unit, even 4 chapters of grammar get. So it will be easy for you to watch inside and learn all the answers for the exam. Thank you students. Have a nice day.